Namaste and good morning, dear students. In our previous class, we touched some of the things of the first lesson of Unit 1, a world guide to good manners, how not to behave badly abroad. I hope you have understood so many things of the text. And in today's class, we'll go through the text and we'll do some of the activities. I will check the homework that I had given you yesterday. And for all these, we'll be discussing together. Hope you will actively take part and support me staying at home. Yes, a world guide to good manners, how not to behave badly abroad. Traveling to all corners of the world is getting easier and easier. You know how it is getting easier and easier. It is because of the availability of different means of transportation. These days, people from one part of the world can easily reach the another part of the world, and we live in a global village. Yesterday, I told you the meaning of global village, and you have already understood what a global village is. And global village doesn't mean that we all live together. We have been connected by the help of internet. Right now you have been connected with me. It is the way how people live in a global village these days. And what do you think? Simply because of this, do people throughout the world behave the same way? Of course not. No, people do not behave in the same way. Different people of the different countries, they have their living of their own. They have their own way of life and they behave differently. And for this, you have to understand how people throughout the world behave. If you understand those things, it will be very easier for you to interact with the people of different corners of the world. The first subtopic here is greeting. I hope you have already read this subtopic at home. And how should you behave when you meet someone for the first time? How should you behave? What did I do when I begin my class first? I greeted, right? So you also greet. And how do you greet? You say namaste or hi, or you might shake your hands. And this greeting also differs from one country to another country, from one culture to another culture. For example, the American or Canadian said, your hand firmly while looking straight in the eyes. In many parts of Asia, there is no physical contact. There are many countries in Asia, there is no physical contact. But we people in Nepal, in India, and some other parts of Asia, we do not mind even if somebody tries to have physical contact with us. But there are some countries where you cannot make any physical contact. For example, in Japan, you should bow. You should bow, and the more you respect the person, the deeper you should bow. There is different ways of going to. If he or she, the person you are greeting is far senior, then you have to go deeper. The deeper you go, then you show the more you respect to that person. In Thailand, the greeting is made by pressing both hands together at the chest as if you are praying and slightly bowing. It is how the people in Thailand greet each other. And remember, in both countries, eye contact is avoided. You cannot have eye contact while greeting the other people. Now look at the difference. In Canada and America, you should have eye contact. You require to have direct eye contact. But in Thailand and Japan, eye contact is avoided in both countries. Okay? And it is supposed as a sign of respect. If you respect, you have to avoid eye contact. Yes, it is what is there in the greeting section. And in the next section, next subtopic of this reading text, there is clothes. I had asked you a question yesterday. You were asked to think about the different clothes that we wear in different occasions. And this text makes you familiar with some of the type of clothes that people in the world wear. Many countries have rules about what you should and should not wear. In Asian and Muslim countries, you should not reveal the body. Reveal means you should not expose or you should not show the body. Especially women who should wear long sleeve tops. Yes, it is applicable in Muslim countries. In our context, in formal ceremonies, they do not expose body, but to some extent they are free to expose body in our context, in our culture. We do not mind, but it is very, very strict in Muslim countries. The women are forbidden to reveal their body, so they have to wear long sleeved tops. In Japan, you should take off your shoes when entering a house or restaurant. Yesterday, I had told you about this also. Remember to place them together facing the door you came in. And there is a special system. You have to keep the shoes facing the wall, facing the door you come in. This is also true in China, Korea, Thailand, and Iran. The next section makes you familiar with food and drink. In Italy, Spain, and Latin America, lunch is often the biggest meal of the day and can last 2 or 3 hours. In which countries? In Italy, Spain, and Latin America, lunch is the biggest meal of the day, and this is quite surprising. Now, yesterday also I told you it takes 2 or 3 hours. So, for this reason, people eat light breakfast and late dinner. In Britain, you might have business lunch. Do business if you eat. In Mexico and Japan, many people prefer not to discuss business while eating. So, now look, the difference. In Britain, you can have lunch and you can do business, but in Mexico and Japan, they prefer not to discuss. Lunch is a time to relax and socialize for them. And Japanese rarely drink alcohol at lunch times. In Britain and United States, it is not unusual to have a business meeting over breakfast. And in China, it is common to have business banquets. But you should not discuss business during the meal. You can have business banquets, but you cannot discuss business during the meal. So it makes you familiar with the system of food and drink throughout the world. If you already are familiar with those things, you can easily behave. At least you will not behave badly abroad. And the next section of this reading text is doing business. In most of the countries, an exchange of business card is essential for an introduction. So when you introduce, you have to show your business card. You should include your company name and your position in a business card. What should you include there? What should be written there? You should write your company name and your position in the business card. And if you are going to a country where your language is not widely spoken, that is, people do not understand your language, then you have to print your business card in 2 languages. One, the local language, and another, your own language. Usually, the local language is written at the reverse side. Reverse means at the back side or the opposite side. And in Japan, you have to use both hands. You have to bow and use both hands to present the business card. If you do not use both hands, then the Japanese people might consider you as a rude or say impolite person. Okay, you learn the way you have to present your business card when you meet a Japanese person or when you go to Japan. Then business time. The business time also differs. In many countries, business hours are from 9 10 a.m. to 5 to 6 p.m. However, in some countries such as Greece, remember the names of the countries, such as Greece, Italy and Spain, some business close in the early afternoon for a couple of hours, then remain open until the evening. Japanese business people consider it their professional duty. Professional duty means professional job. To go out after work with colleagues to restaurants. I think you know the meaning of the word colleagues. Colleagues means co-workers, friends. Friends work together in the same company. Or to restaurants, bars or nightclubs. They go there to relax. If you are invited, you should not refuse. Now be very, very careful. If your business partner invites you to go to the restaurant or bar or nightclub, even if you do not feel like staying out late, you have to give him or her a company. You have to give your host a company, otherwise they might think that you are not a good person, you are rude. So these are some of the things that you learned about after reading this text. And in this text, we mostly discussed about these 4 sub-headings. Greetings, how people in some of the countries greet with each other. You became familiar with the greeting system of American and Canadian people, Japanese people, people in Thailand. You already know the greeting system of Nepali and Indian people. No problem. Okay? You have understood this. Then clothes. In Muslim countries, for example, if you are a lady and you happen to go to a Muslim country, please be very, very careful not to expose your body. Because in Muslim countries, their religion is very strict about the clothes of the women. Especially, they should wear long sleeves. Now look, I have been wearing long sleeved clothes. They are totally forbidden, to expose their body. Then food and drink. Learn about food and drink of the different countries of the world and how you should do business or how people throughout the world do business. Yes, dear students, I think now you have understood the text very well. There are some extra tips. Those extra tips give you some practical knowledge about some other parts of the world to do and not to do them according to their culture and geographical location. I hope you can easily read and understand those extra tips. So in today's class, I'm not going to provide you any explanation about those extra tips. And I think you are already with your copy and pen. Please, it's time to take your homework. I will remember the homework that I had given you yesterday. I had asked you to solve the problems given in exercise 1, 2I and II. Now it's time to discuss and take your homework. The first is vocabulary in use. Okay. Dear students, I think you have clearly understood and corrected those vocabularies. Yes, in the upper side, the first word that was given to you was uncomfortable and humiliating. The word means uncomfortable and humiliating, and the first letter was E, and another letter that supported you was R. So, which word have you written? I hope you have written embarrassing. Embarrassing. If you have written embarrassing, that's correct. Thank you very much. If not, please write embarrassing. And 2, a part of piece of clothing that covers your arm. That is sleeve. I think you have done it correctly. On the downside, so I have explained the word reveal yesterday. So means reveal in a strong, definite way. That is firmly. They shake their hands firmly means they shake their hands in a strong or definite way. Opposite means reverse. While dealing with the word reverse, I have told you reverse means opposite yesterday, so it might have become very easy for you to get and write the word correctly. Co-workers means colleagues. Thank you very much for doing vocabulary news. And the second was true or false. Yes, one tip for you to carry out true false item is please read the statement very carefully. What I have seen, what I have realized is most of the students read the text, they do not reread the text, means they do not go through the text again and fail in this true false item. So to do true false item correctly, please read the statement, read the text, find the sentence where you find the statement, given statement, then underline it, and after that decide and do true or false. I hope you have done true or false correctly. If you have not done correctly, please correct yourself. The first true false item was when an American meets us for the first time, we shake hands. Yes, it is true. Second, in many parts of Asia, friends kiss on both cheeks when they meet. Do you do that? Do you kiss on the cheek of your friends when you meet? Of course not. So it is false. We do not do that. It is not written in the text. You have to understand by observing your culture. You can easily do it as I'm here. So, in Mexico, many people think that lunch is the time to relax and socialize. Yes, it is true. So, they take 2 or 3 hours to have their lunch, long time. In India, we should take up our shoes when entering a restaurant. Did you find that? No. Where do they take off their shoes when entering a restaurant? In Japan. So, this statement is false. In Japan, we must present our business cards with both hands. Yes, you have to present your business cards using both hands in Japan. That is true. And next, in Spain, some business close in the early afternoon for a couple of hours. This one is also true. And the next exercise that I have given you yesterday was question answer. You were asked to read the text carefully and to answer the given questions. It was for comprehension passage. The first is mention any one difference between the American and Japanese greetings. Dear students, please be ready with the answer that you have written and check your answer with my answer. I have provided you the model answer of these questions. I have written 2 answers here. You can use one of them. Americans shake their hands firmly, whereas the Japanese do not do so. What do the Japanese do? They bow. And second, the Japanese bow is for the degree of respect, but the Americans do not do so. In this way, you can write the correct answer of the first question. I hope you have written the answer correctly. And second, what type of clothes should the Muslim women not wear in Muslim countries? Yes, the obvious answer is the Muslim women should not wear clothes revealing their body. They should not expose their body. Third question was, is your main meal of the day same as that in Britain? No, of course not. No, it is not. We have the main meal in the morning and in the evening, but they have the main meal in the daytime. You have already become familiar with this one. In which countries do people prefer discussing business during meals? Is the question number D. People prefer discussing business during the meals in Britain and the United States. When is it necessary to print your business card in the local language? The answer is, it is necessary to print your business card in the local language while you are going to a country where your language is not widely spoken. And the last question was, where does physical distance between the speakers play significant role? Significant means important role. The physical distance between the speakers plays significant role in most South American countries and Mexico. This is the answer of that question. Dear students, I hope you have written all the answers correctly. If you have not written all the answers correctly, please correct your answer. I hope you have already corrected. Okay, dear students, thank you very much for being with me. Thank you. Please stay at home, stay safe, stay healthy, and continue your study at home. Thank you very much. Have a good time. Namaste. Bye bye.